my girls, they love and hate me the same. Okay, so when I die, I ain't gonna be from old age. Somebody gonna want revenge, somebody might want it now. Right pocket got euros, left pocket got pounds. Somebody gonna want revenge, somebody might want it now. Throw the ball with the right hand, catch with the left, touchdown. Touchdown, 8th floor, come down, hotel, lobby. Receptionist, what now? 11 a.m. check out. Might give her one foul just to tell her it's one now. How come? I need rest, no recess in my schedule. Right. Mama used to serve vegetables, now half the meals got tentacles. Right. Half the Emirates need a reservation and half my money goes straight to taxes. But I don't trip about it, that's what happens when you got dreams closer than a match. And plus all your boys got expensive habits. Go. I know what they think of it.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us in downtown New Orleans at the Mercedes-Benz Superdome. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Detroit Lions and the New Orleans Saints. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
On the double. Rip left. Check 31. Hey, Sam off.
Devin Singletary with his first carry of the game. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. 2nd and 11. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 44. Time will tell if that's an interception that rattles the rookie here. First drive on the road.
And you know the discussion going into the game centered on, okay, let's get out nice and easy, take care of the football, we're on the road, you're a youngster, let's not make mistakes early. But now the conversation will shift to, okay, put it behind you, move on. Long way to go in this one.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. So second down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. Throwing again is Watson. Flushed out right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's third down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Watson now to throw. Open man is Miller. He's got it. After getting that turnover on the first drive of the game, you'd hate to just stall out the momentum, go 3 and out. They're able to avoid that there.
Yeah, we talk about complementary football all the time, but I think it's a little bit deeper than that. Defense went out, forced a turnover, gave the ball to the offense. It's now the offense's responsibility to pay that off for them, to show respect to them. Hey, you guys got a turnover. We appreciate it. They want to continue their drive.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
He's coming, double up.
To throw again, Watson. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. Call that a very strong gain of 24. Watson looks to throw again. And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line. Joey Bosa, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. It's 2nd and goal, but now all the way back at the 14. Back to throw, Watson. And this is Cook with a grab. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. The 10-yard completion, but still now facing 3rd and goal.
Mike, 19. Let's go. Let's get this ball back for the offense. Let's go.
Now Watson on 3rd and goal. And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Anthony Miller, his 5th touchdown now on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point from McManus is good, and that makes the score 7-0. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 to score as they start 1st and 10. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. On 2nd down, here's a run with Singletary. 8 yards there on the carry, and now they're left with a much more manageable 3rd and 3.
That was a good run, probably right on the edge of breaking into something really big. So the defensive guys right now are talking about, okay, what can we do to slow him down before he truly gets started?
From the gun on 3rd down. Herbert. And Tate's got it. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a 1st down. It'll be a pickup of 4. Good enough to earn him yet another 1st down. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. That's going to go as a loss of 7. And it'll set him back for 2nd down.
Ready? 59, 59. Here we go, D. Here I come. Here I come. Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out. Hey. Mike's 5'9".
You draw quarter. Yo, faster. Now.
To throw on 2nd down. Herbert. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes, and just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
And he's able to get up here to the 26. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. Bang. He's checking. Crash. Big Ed. Rush in.
The first carry now for Dalvin Cook. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And it's been a rocky start for them thus far. They had the turnover and then the punt on those first 2 drives.
So there is optimism because they've improved, right? Turnover, you just noted it.
Punt's better than the turnover.
The punt is better on the second one. Now they're hoping to turn into 1st downs and hopefully points.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. Off the play fake. Herbert. He's got his man. This is Tate. And he's finally taken down, and it's a big gain there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
6-6, bullet high. Ready?
Operating from the gun. Herbert. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. Leonard Floyd, what a season he continues to have. His 15th sack of the campaign. On 2nd down now. Singletary. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up third down. And now they're looking for 19 yards here on third down following 2 negative plays.
Hey, Charlie.
From the gun, Herbert going deep here for Parker. And unable to connect, incomplete. Give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. And this will be out of bounds. Now it's a question of where they'll mark it. And they'll say it crosses at the 11-yard line.
Alert. 55. We ain't giving up nothing today.
Try to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He's going to look deep for more. He's got a man. Complete. Touchdown, New Orleans. DJ Moore, 89 yards. And the Saints are able to strike quickly for 6. McManus's point after is good. And that'll make the score 14-0. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. No gain on the play there. Second down. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. On the ground, it's Singletary. And again, he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. Back-to-back stops make it 3rd and 10. 2 runs for a net gain of nothing. Now here's 3rd and 10. Operating from the gun. Herbert is going to float this into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Teron Johnson able to pick it, and they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They start the drive with Cook. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on 1st down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They got to feel pretty good about that one.
From the 38, Watson slings this deep from McLaurin. This is caught inside the 15. And he is able to take this way down into Detroit territory. A big-time play there for New Orleans. 53 yards. To throw is Watson. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
And when that field shrinks for those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders. And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. Deshaun Watson with his 3rd touchdown pass of this first half. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. Extra point from McManus is good. And it's now 21-0. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. The Lions on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 11. Back to throw. Herbert. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Jaron Reed muscles his way in for the sack. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you don't want to. No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
Looking to throw. Herbert. There's Evans again. Complete. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half.
On the ball.
Go. Go. Mike 5'9", Mike 5'9".
Throwing on 1st down. Herbert. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. So his struggles just continuing here in the first half, throwing the football. Charles, now 3 interceptions.
And they don't feel like they're just great plays by the defense. There's a sense that maybe he's a little careless with the football now. So some of the great coaches in the past, you know what they've always said? I can't teach you.
It's a foot race. 20. Touchdown, New Orleans. Deshaun Watson, 4 touchdown passes now in the ballgame. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. McManus's point after is good. And the route is on here in this first half. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll probably wish he'd reconsidered here. It will cost him 10 yards as he's down at the 15.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Pressure gets to him and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. That's number 4, sack number 4. They had 4 last week, so he's been down on the ground a lot.
Partner, they say the eye in the sky does not lie. And that's indeed the case because they watched the game tape from the previous week, incorporated it into their own defensive scheme, and continued to get after this quarterback.
And now this defense will be searching for sack number 5. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Airing this one out for Evans. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now. Here's Matt Weil now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he'll try and hurry the kick, gets it away, but it's not looking that great. Now a fair catch called for and taken here, and that'll set up his guys in great field position. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Man,
Check. Hey, screen. Hey, alert three. Mike, 55. Hey, 55. 55. Watch the screen. He's coming. Hey, 24. Double up.
A shotgun snap for Watson. Pass incomplete. So it's halftime here in New Orleans with the Saints out in front. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports halftime report. Take it away, Coach. Set now to go for the third quarter. The Saints have the lead and set to receive the kick. That's fielded in the end zone. And he probably should have stayed in the end zone as he'll muster a return up to only the 14-yard line.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
Now Watson setting up the screen for Cook. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 12-yard line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And it'll be 2nd and 12.
Check.
Off of play action, it's Watson. He's going to look deep down the field. And got his man complete. And he will finally go out of bounds just shy of the 40. It's a big play there for the Saints. 47 yards. First down, here's the run with Cook. And another mistake here defensively as a flag is down on the tackle, and that's going to tack on 15 more. The penalty moves him into the red zone here on 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Watson. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
Buying time to his left. He'll run it. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3.
Now, that was a whole lot of open space out in front of him, wasn't it? I'm telling you, Brandon, when things are going right, they are going right.
And everything has been going their way for the most part. I saw that lane start to develop. Boom. He took advantage of it. Watson. And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. It's another touchdown pass for Deshaun Watson, his 5th of the afternoon, as his guys continue to pour it on. Extra point from McManus is good, and the lead will swell by 1 more. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he'd taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues.
60 yards. Second and 10. Come on, let's go.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Zadarius Smith has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 45-yard line. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. So back at the midfield stripe now, they'll come up second and long. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He completes it to Tate.
Herbert's pass complete to Auburn Tate. A gain of 9.
91.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
From the gun on third down. Herbert. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Leighton Vander Esch. And he'll get this back across the midfield stripe and down to the 47-yard line. Well, you just kind of feel for him right now. 4 interceptions, and you can almost see through his face mask. There's a lot going on in between the ears.
There certainly is, and probably way too much, because now he's probably doubting himself a little bit, wondering what adjustments he has to make. But here's what he needs.
And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Credit the sack to Vita Vea.
What a nice read and play by the defensive tackle. Never bought the play-action fake. Went right for the quarterback and put him on the ground.
So after the sack, they'll come up on a still manageable 2nd and 13. Eluding the pressure right. He'll let this go for the end zone. And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. DJ Moore. 50 yards as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Deshaun Watson, he's a lot of fun to watch in the pocket, but when he's forced out of the pocket like that, he can make those big plays downfield.
Almost a bad thing when you're pass rushing and you force a Deshaun Watson out of the pocket. He creates extra time. He has the poise to keep his eyes downfield and locate receivers, and it turns into a little bit of a scramble drill for the defensive backs. Where is everyone? And Deshaun Watson finds his target for a big, big play.
Silver, silver.
On first down, they'll start out with Singletary. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. We have played 3 quarters. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here live in New Orleans. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense is well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. It was Teron Johnson that time who had that play covered from the start. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Here's more on the return. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration, not a good play.
Throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side. Yeah, he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. It'll be a Saints first down on a gain of 16 yards. Watson now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Cook. And he'll be dropped at the 23 after a pickup of about 4.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line. Now they get a 4th quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over. Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Herbert. And this is caught by Evans. The 20. 10. Touchdown, Detroit. Mike Evans with touchdown number 7 on the year. And it's for pride now, but the Lions do get a bit closer. So they will get on the scoreboard here. Give them credit for that. Too little, too late, but no 0. Are you're going slow clap on me.
Not very nice, is it?
No, but they haven't been very nice on offense. It's been a struggle. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And, Charles, we are in the midst of a very one-sided affair. I think this is where you and I have to fill a little bit. You want to regale us with old stories of your childhood in New Paltz, New York?
I don't think anyone wants to hear that, but this is a perfect time for us to start listing MVP candidates, right? The best teams we've seen so far this year, the best games that we've called thus far, how we anticipate the season unfolding. We can go in so many different directions because the game is certainly not taking us there.
Oh, I hear the remotes clicking off right now. Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it, and this is scooped up by the Lions. And he'll bring it back to about the 5-yard line.
With no running backs in the backfield to help pass protect, all the receivers in their patterns, there's going to be hot routes if they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarterback. They've got to be prepared to break routes off early and get the football. In this case, never even had a chance. They popped the ball free in the backfield.
Flush to his right, to the goal line, but it's incomplete. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. And back at the 8 now. 3rd and goal.
Tight down. There you go.
From the gun, Herbert. This will be caught just inside the 10. And here he'll get it down to the 7. A great job to hold him to just a yard there. Now it's 4th and goal. Now, field goal does you no good, so they're going to stay out there and go for it on 4th.
Get to the ball. Let's keep moving.
Mike 5'9".
Hey, wahoo! Five.
On 4th down, Herbert. And it is incomplete. Solid coverage on the play by Devondre Campbell.
No surprise. They try to throw the ball on 4th down, but it gets batted down. They don't pick it up.
Well, a little football 101. When you're going toward that quarterback, you see he's going to start to throw. Get your hands up,
right? Get your hands up, affect the play, and then everyone get your hands up. When the ball gets to the receiver, moment of truth, knock it away.
And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. And now it's 1st and 10, a big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Now a run with Cook. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that would look pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard, inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
Watson, off play action. Sliding out of the pocket. The attempt on the dive, and he has it. What a catch. A good pickup there of 20 yards. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here. 1st and 10. He'll take a shot, and this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown. So another score there. Often you talk about the three phases of the game: defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a fourth phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the fourth quarter. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that, and coaches want...
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is picked up by the Saints. And the field position doesn't get much better than this. They'll have it first and goal at the 8-yard line. So this one fairly well in the bag as they take over with a first and goal. They'll run with Cook. And he maneuvers his way down to the 3-yard line. It'll be a gain of 5 there as they move closer. It's second and goal. On second and goal, Cook waiting in the backfield all alone. They'll give it to him up the middle. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up third down. Well, they've been so good on third down all day long. Can they convert another here on third and goal? Here's Watson, and it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Check 59, Mike.
On first down, Herbert. He finds his target. It's Evans. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. He'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a first down. One final shot. They'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Leonard Floyd, he continues to wreak havoc in the offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the Saints, they continue to be one of the best teams around as they move to 10-2. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for Detroit, it was a win they needed to turn the season around, but instead, they fall to 5-7. And they'll try and turn things around next week as they have a date at Soldier Field with the Chicago Bears. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.
Tell me what you want, what you need.